Hi, my name's Robert Tack. I am here to give my PD journey, and it's sort of hard to believe that I'm even saying Parkinson's because I'm in denial. I don't think I've certainly accepted it completely at all. I'm new to all of this, fortunately or unfortunately. I'm in the prodromal phase, according to my neurologist. So I'll give you a little bit of background. About 6 months ago, I started having some non-motor symptoms. So it included things that we found out later, like autonomic is what they would call it. So I was feeling my heart rate, um, even though there was nothing wrong with the heart. It turns out that on a cardiogram or all the things that the cardiologist tested, the heart came back fine. So they did an MRI on the brain, MRI on the spine, MRI on the lumbar. Did an EMG of upper body, EMG of lower body. Nothing unusual came about. And frankly, I was starting to worry that, wait a minute, can really only lead to one other thing, which is sort of ALS, Parkinson's. I was having a lot of fatigue. I was having I've had a loss of smell for several years. I won't say total loss, but just reduction in smell. I was having insomnia in the last 6 months. I was having ear ringing when I went swimming, sort of like when I was doing the turns. So things were starting to add up, and I would say that what really put it over the edge was, yeah, the insomnia and the numbness. I was feeling numbness in my hands. So and then I started feeling sort of tremorish on my left side of my body. I don't currently have any, um, I guess, ongoing visible tremors. Just wait. But I mean, that's what made it hard for the clinical sort of evaluation when I would go see a neurologist. I had to go through 3 different neurologists before finally one of them gave me a trial of levodopa, and unfortunately the medicine worked. I'm actually still waiting for right now the SYN, S-Y-N, skin biopsy that was done, but I pretty much already know what the results are going to be. But if any of you are out there, are in sort of this initial stage, that's certainly I found very less invasive than a DAT scan. So skin biopsy took all of like 15 minutes, 10 minutes, where they take a little part of your skin from, let's see, it was, yeah, shoulder, uh, quad, and then like a little bit lower on near your ankle. So, and then they send it out, and then they take a look at the alpha-synuclein in a microscope and see how much you have. And I guess if there's a lot, then you have Parkinson's. It's like a 95%, 94% accurate test. So it's just, I didn't want to have more things done to my brain than necessary. So I went down that route. Anyways, uh, this is my story so far. I'm currently on just the trial medication of levodopa, and my symptoms that I just described have abated. I think one thing to really keep in mind that I'm still struggling with and working on is the whole, of course, mental aspect of Parkinson's. Accepting such a heavy load, if you will, is can take a toll. So I think having a therapist, psychiatrist, full workup on you, even if you've never had anything in the past, I think that can put you in a better position. And so if you all want to chat, this is sort of why I'm doing this, is to share my story. Hopefully it could help somebody. I'm going to do more of these videos, and so if you want to put comments in the video, please do so. And if you want to reach out, any of you want to reach out and get a hold of me, we can do so, whether it be by Zoom or text or just by comments. So feel free to reach out on any questions, or if you guys want to reach out, yourselves as if you have Parkinson's or a caregiver that is helping those that are involved. But my wife's been, speaking of caregiver, my wife's been amazing. My daughter's been, obviously right behind me, and I have a lot of team support. But it's brutal, guys. You just have to take one day at a time. And that's the way I'm trying to go about it, is one day at a time. That includes journaling. That includes trying to do gratitude each day. That includes, those things, meditation. I think the mental aspect of this is going to help you physically as well. The one thing that I've always sort of been involved in athletic things. One thing that really has kept me honest is I have an Apple Watch where you can set goals every day. So I set steps, three different goals: steps, physical exercise, and then moving calories. And those three, obviously, you can set them to whatever goal you want. But I think having that sort of on my wrist and keeping me, making sure I reach those goals each day has really been helpful. It helps you sort of stay on track to, like, okay, did I do my 3 rings of exercise, standing, moving, and the actual exercise, or did I not? And I find that, like, near the end of the day, even I've broken it down as much as like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of just a simple workout to get my rings closed. It adds up. It adds up. Anything you can do, of course, to exercise will slow the progression. You eventually will feel better. I'm very lucky to have Johns Hopkins Neurology. Pretty much, top 3-4 places to go to in the country for neurology and movement disorders and things like that. But there's a lot of good neurologists out there. The challenge, of course, is making sure that you can get to them, right? So that's been hard, because I had to go through 3 neurologists just to get to the one that was even willing to give me, the levodopa as a trial. So I would say that's something that I think is a challenge for everyone. The one last thing I would say is that I didn't even have a general practitioner, so like a family doctor or a regular doctor, and so because I'd always been healthy, I never really needed to see one. That really put me behind, because I couldn't really get any referrals to the better neurologist without that primary physician giving you the referral. So I had to get a primary physician. That's no easy task. So get a primary physician if you don't have one ASAP, and then try and obviously work with them to get into these neurology appointments. I hope some of this has helped you today. Feel free to reach out anytime.